about billionaires. And guess where they make their money from? They make their money from, we just call, picking up multi-billion pound sterling contracts from their friends in government. They will deliver. That's how they make their money. There's a guy here in the UK, right? I can't remember his full name, something Eth or so. He's one of the guys who are like supplying the NHS in the UK. All of the NHS in the UK. So he makes his money from that. He's helping the country, right? He's not ripping the country off. Some people kind of like are so pissed off because of his utterances and all that, right? But take that out of the whole thing. He's a businessman. His business is contributory to the healthcare in the UK. He's a billionaire. That's something. But Dangote refinery, Dangote cement, Dangote rice, Dangote pasta, Dangote this or that. They are mostly packed as a means of ripping people off, mostly. He was so blessed that they gave him access to so many mineral resources in Nigeria, but he picked limestone more. Now, he has the first access. It's called the first line of refusal. First right of refusal. If he says, I don't like it, they say, okay, give it to other person in Nigeria. But yet, Nigerians pay more for cement than other African countries. So how is he helping? How is his petroleum going to help you? Then the scam continued, right? They've built tank farms. They've built a storage tanks and all of that in the refinery they are building. Now, you don't even need the refinery to have all of that tanks anyway. Because that's exactly what you will see at Apapa Wharf everywhere, where you see all of these oil tank farms. People who are bringing crude oil, bringing a finished oil to Nigeria. They don't drive them into town. They store them right there at the ports. And they begin to transport them to wherever they want. So Dangote refinery has tank farms, where Dangote refinery is also importing fuel. Dangote diesel imported, Dangote petrol imported. But they're going to be loaded from its refinery so that the cameras can capture it. And they will say, she been a Dangote refinery, don't they sell petrol? So in a country of 200 million mumus, how these guys get away with all these things so easily, so simply, needed to be studied, honestly. So everybody they want the way out rather than these elites to provide the way out, right? They just block the whole room and then tear gas everybody, see who will die and who are those who are strong enough to survive until the next experiment. So I've seen a lot, I've seen so many, and I will continue to remind you all that none of this is going to stop if you don't stop them. Okay, so let's go look around the contraption today and see what people put out there. Okay, so here is the first one. This one is in okay, you know what, 12 years ago, Tipnumbu and their gang, they staged something called the Occupy Nigeria. Remember that? Yeah, that was the 2012 protest against the removal of subsidy in Nigeria. They brought all drama, all acts to Ojota, and they were allowed to experiment, to do that. They got some level of result because the subsidy got reinstated. The same subsidy that these rogues now kind of pretending to remove when they haven't, right? So 12 years ago, just a flashback first, okay? Because this little boy that they brought to the protest in Ojota 12 years ago, it couldn't probably be more than 12 or 13. Now, if you are going to check the boy, anybody who knows the boy today, he's no longer a boy, he's probably a man in his 20s. He was complaining about entering bus in Lagos for 30 naira to school. And his dad, when Jonathan removed subsidy and a liter of petroleum jumped to 140 naira per liter from 87 naira, that young boy was brought to Ojota by Tipnumbu and their men to say Jonathan was going to deny him education because his father can no longer afford to give him money for transportation to school. 30 naira transportation. How much is the transport in Lagos now? Well, let's go back to 12 years ago. The charlatans are now in power. The crook and the criminals are now in power. How far are you?
Okay. Gentlemen, ladies, colleagues on the stage.
He said, let there be light. Is there light in Nigeria?
I don't know where that young man will be today. Probably he's going to be in his maybe 22 or at most maybe 25. Our young boy there couldn't be less than 13. He's smart enough. He was quoting the Bible. When God created the world, heaven and earth, God said, let there be light. Is there light in Nigeria 12 years ago? I hope the young man is watching this now. He was right 12 years ago. And 12 years after, the people that gave him microphone have made things worse now. And I wish the young man is going to be seen and say, because this is still Lagos yesterday.
See my house, God, island. See us, 1.3 million house, see rain. Ogun go kill that landlord when they collect my money. See inside toilet, come reach inside bedroom, see na rain be this rain. See my fridge. Jesus, my fridge is red, oh. Hey, my fridge not spoil. See.
Erase off.
In the shadow. Mother. Hey, they say the water they reverse. You shouldn't go enter bed so.
See you. Oh, damn! Laugh. Only God knows what this. Like I'm telling you. Jesus. Oh, see this place. This place, you get as it be. No, it's coming close. It's close. Ah. Let's go.
I know. And if you have been to Ogun State, very well. I don't know which one is worse. Okay, between Ogun State and Edo State. Okay, I am from Ogun State. I have seen things. 12 years after I left the contraption, right? I still look back, and just yesterday, here is Ayetoro, somewhere in Ogun State, my state. Ayetoro. So that is the state where the dubious Dapo Eleyi of Ogun is slaying and, looting. My people have not really been so lucky. We have not been. Right now, there are others who are who are like gathering and getting ready to take over from the dubious Dapo. One of them is, what's our Yayi. Story long. And to be honest, I don't see any any break of freedom for my people yet. I don't see it. I've never seen a state accosted with selfish, self-centered, greedy humans. Like you are so heartless to the point that even the road to your own country home, in your own local government, to your own hometown, is complete eyesore, right? But yet you're there. Years. So I don't know. I mean, like, I've never seen, but yet, right? People kind of, all of us get our own alimajiris from our different states. Too. I know those ones alimajiri from our own states. Okay. Where you see young people aspire, their aspiration in life, is to one day be appointed as a political ass licker to some of these drug addicts, ruining their lives. Do you see that gully in front of people's homes? That was supposed to be an ongoing road construction that was not to be constructed anymore, abandoned. And then it became so gully that, if anyone falls into that, orun renio. But it is what it is, If you go to Ota, if you go to Alagbuli, if you go to some of these, some of these local government areas that borders Lagos, you'll be like, God damn it, man. If you go to Agbara, where the state makes over 70% of our revenue from, Agbara is like the Niger Delta of Ogun State. That's where you have a lot of businesses and they pay a lot of money. So Ogun State, they go there, they collect the money, but you need to go to Agbara and then you will understand the heartlessness of man. You understand what corruption can really do, how evil corruption is, greed, selfishness, what it does to people. So I really do feel sorry, but one of these days, we will change this story. Because look at this. Some people have ruled Nigeria for 47 years out of 64 years. And yet, they could not make the lives of their people better. So as saying, on the street of Sanwo-Iku, on the street of Lagos, where Sanwo-Iku is in charge, take a look at this. What the northern Nigeria imported to Yoruba land. Don't forget, these are the victims of your one Nigeria too.
No. I will do it. When I get to the office, I will do it. Don't worry, I beg. Don't worry. Yeah, they become an altar of sacrifice. These are people on the road. Nigerians. Northern leaders are being ruling, controlling. But here we are. These are people. They become an altar of sacrifice in our nation, Nigeria. That is an embarrassing. It's embarrassing. These are Nigerians. Embarrassing. Terrible situation. These are people. These are Nigerians. They become an altar of sacrifice. There they are. The Northerners, altar of sacrifice. May God help us.
Ashe. So those are also victims. They are victims of your one Nigeria. Just so you remember, okay? And all of these exist. That is the mega shitty Lagos. It's not all doom and gloom, okay? As much as the news out there is for everybody to be very careful. But there are still people that are willing to take the risk of tilling the land, naturally growing our food, naturally. The most we can do is to wish them well, right? Take a look at this farmer somewhere in Oyo, ready to cultivate. The most I could really say is just to pray for him. But like I said, it's not all gloom and doom from that contraption. This one is good, isn't it?
Orí oko la wà ní Ìdó báyìí pẹ̀lú àwọn katakata tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbé jáde láti ran àwọn àgbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ láti sanwó ìdá half kí àgbẹ̀ san half. Àwọn katakata náà lè rí lórí oko tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ báyìí, ẹ wo iṣẹ́ wọn. Àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa a ó bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ mú sùúrù kẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu àwọn àgbẹ̀. Ìkan lára àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa lè ń rí báyìí. kí ni orúkọ yín.
orúkọ mi Joseph Ọláwóore.
kí lè ní láti sọ lórí àwọn iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe fún yín.
iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ tó wà pa ni o adúpẹ́ lọ ìjọba gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé adúpẹ́ lọ wọn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ o torí àwọn tó ní tractor ládùúgbò wọn ò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ ká jẹun mọ́ torí 35,000 naira iṣẹ́ tá a ṣe sẹ́yìn 35,000 naira wọ́n ṣe é kà fún wa adúpẹ́ lọ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé o pẹ̀lú tí wọ́n promise wa iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n sì ṣe fún wa ó wà very very neat. àwọn tí sọ pé aláì ti ní ìnàtú báyìí o wọ́n ti wà lóko wa báyìí tí wọ́n ń palẹ̀ ya lọ ibi tá a fẹ́ gbìn nǹkan sí a sì rí i pé iṣẹ́ yẹn confam ní tractor méjì lọ́wọ́ lórí oko mi lọ́wọ́ báyìí tí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́pẹ́lọpẹ́ àwọn aláàgíríkì Mr. Toriola tó tẹ́lẹ̀ à ń sọ pé nà láì but níìsín ó ti di nà true o tí mo ní kókó tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ kejì mi ni pé káwọn náà lọ rèé sanwó lápò ìjọba kí wọ́n lè jẹ irú àǹfààní tá à ń jẹ yìí o torí àwọn iṣẹ́ tractor méjì ló ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n bẹ̀ pé wà very new ìyẹ̀pẹ̀ ọkọ̀ wọlé gidi tó bu yẹ̀pẹ̀ kí iye tó bọ́yá wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ àjàmbàkù náà wọn ò látàn fóko ó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe náà wọ́n ṣe àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Ṣèyí Mákindé o wọ́n ṣe o pé inú ọdún tí ń bọ̀ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká lè rí irú àǹfààní báyìí jẹ ìgbénu o àdúpẹ́ o orí ò ní fọ́ wọn o ẹ̀dùn ò ní dùn wọn o àìṣe àdúpẹ́ o.
I said it's not all gloom and doom. So that's a farmer whose farm is being graded, ready for planting. And according to him, you know, it usually costs them over 50,000 naira just to hire a tractor to come and help you grade an acre of land. But with your state government, the farmers were asked to pay half, while the government paid half. And they sent all the tractors to their farm, which means they can have more land to cultivate and grow food. Like I said, with the insecurity, with the Fulani terrorists ransacking and destroying their farms and all of that, we can only wish them well. I hope they will be provided security too, because that's an investment. Currently, from the report I gathered, right, they said from that Ido axis, as well as another farm settlement in that same Oyo state, right, they are currently cultivating more than 30,000 hectares of land. And you know, that's like that's like a 90 plot. I mean, sorry, 6 times 30. That's gonna be like yeah, that's gonna be around 360 plots of land or so. So that's what we had. No, sorry, 360,000 plot of land. Now that's a lot. And that's what we were talking about, that what is so wrong that people can't grow their food. You've got the land. These days, you don't even need to go and manually weed your land anymore. Find the land, grade the land, cultivate the food, and then the state provide the security for you. And then before you know it, the price of food, though, the food inflation of food crisis, so it can crash within a year or two if consistent, non-stop farming in a large scale level. And set of a particular set of farm produce should be what? Should be planted. No terrorists to destroy the farms. People can feed themselves. And absolutely they can. Right. I have used my first sorry, I have almost used my first hour, right? So what happened then is that we are going to go into our reading so that maybe we can take calls at some point. So it's going to be the white malice when I get back. Okay. So let me take a break. Probably a tea break. Thank you so much, Edo, for joining me so far. I will be back in a sec.